Harif, it's still in the pool. No Matilda Phobias, like we said, two of the highest banned heroes that led to the highest win rates. Harif banned out by Team Falcons, and Alpha 7 Esports with the Fanny Loi ban.
Yeah, we kind of somehow predicted that Team Falcons did their homework here. Alpha 7, they only got a almost a win on that Harith, and Alpha 7 Esports, they now need to bring something else, right? They were so on point when using the Harith. Team Falcons seems like, yeah, let's not take a chance. Let's eliminate that factor. And Alpha 7 Esports here, it seems like they're taking their time with that last ban. Is it going to be a hero that isn't you? Okay, Suyo.
Yeah, so I like this already. Some adjustments that we've been wanting to see, just from the draft alone, right? Harry Suyo getting banned out, Kalea first pick, something that you have highlighted hasn't really worked the best, because you are trading away certain picks. But in this case, I think the risk factor for Falcons is definitely lesser because there's no Harif and Suyo for Alpha 7 to take anyways. They still have the Doosan on the board if they want to. Perhaps pick a flex pick-in player like a Badang, which is still available.
I like the Badang, but if they want to go crazy and perhaps apply pressure early towards Flap, they can pick up the high-lows here. One of the signatures as well for Flap TZ. Perhaps the high-lows, or if they want to go crazy, Takashi, he really likes the Hilda on that EXP. Will it apply to the roam position as well?
Seems like they're going straight for the Hanzo first pick. Now this one is, I think it's either you or Shu's mentioned, right? Like Hanzo is pretty strong hero, but when you review him this early, it does set up the enemy team to start coming up with solutions to deal with you.
Yeah, definitely. So Alpha 7 Esports seems like they're taking a risk already early. And Team Falcons though, wow, that Ranger can definitely be an answer. But that's also a target for that Hanzo. If that Hanzo gets an early farm, that Granger wouldn't be having too much fun. The Joy though, I like that pick, but then again, if the Badang is on point, it will be able to lock that Joy down. Alpha 7 Esports, they need to lock in a marksman here, I feel like, just to be safe before entering the second phase.
Yeah, we have seen the interaction between Hanzo and Kalea, I think between Rora Turkey and Falcons Mina, where it is not too bad of an answer, right? Because Kalea generally doesn't want to grab Hanzo if he's not in his real body. The jaw hit also was a decent response as well from Aurora that time. Alpha 7, see what the plan is going to be. They will lock in the glue instead. So solidifying this Badang in the roam role, but now opening themselves to being targeted in the gold lane.
Okay. Let's see. Alpha 7 Esports seems like they are more concerned in that mid, right? The Faramis, hard counter towards the glue as well. So Alpha 7 Esports, they will not give away this Faramis towards few as well. Team Falcons, we mentioned about the gold lane bans. I'm sure it's coming up here, and it will be the Moskov coming up. And Alpha 7, will they commit to another mid lane, or will they now go for a high-loss ban?
I feel like the high-loss ban actually could be pretty important for A7 to kind of protect this Hanzo early on, or even a Hilda, right? I think there are plenty of options. There are a few of options for Flat to go for. Not to mention this Kalea. I mean, some people have flexed her in the XP lane before. So it is going to be another mid lane ban targeted at few. No Vex for this game. Trying to eliminate those fast clearing mid laners. They could get themselves something like a Farsa or Yve, because they do need some extra utility control in these team fights.
I like that you mentioned the Yve as well, being a possibility, right? Because Alpha 7 Esports, they can pick up the Farsa, but then you trade away the Yve. It's going to be tough. And Team Falcons, they have enough range with the Granger. They have enough dive with the Kalea and the Joy. So yeah, to stabilize, perhaps they might want the Yve. Like you meant, they're not going to commit on towards other heroes. They will go for another gold lane ban. So perhaps the Irithel here, but then it's just a target, juicy target for that Joy.
Yeah, Joy and Kalea, once they get on top of the Irithel, you essentially just blow her up. So a lot of pressure on Gusta Lagusta, where we have witnessed plenty of times the snowball effect that could end up collapsing the gold lane if the rest of the lanes are not able to, are stomped on in the first few minutes. This happened yesterday to teams like Falcons Mena, for example. So we do see this far side being picked up. Let's see if the Yves trade comes through.
Yves and potentially, the high loss, right? Why not? If Flap is feeling a little bit spicy, perhaps the Yuzong, the Khalid Yuzong, if they want to go off meta, quote unquote, it's good going up against the far side. An okay lane, I guess, against Glue. And with the Yuzong, you can target the real body, technically, right? Wait for the real body for the Hanzo, but no, they went for the Jusen and as well as the Hilda.
This is gonna be scary. This is just, I can see it already, right? Joy clears the first buff, and then you run with the Jusen Kalea, have the Hilda join you, and start really harassing this Hanzo in the jungle. Now Alpha 7, they have a big problem to solve in the early game. This Badang and Glue, can they keep up? Because this, I've tried this before, where if you have a Hilda, Jusin, and then a Kalea, you essentially have infinite sustain, right? The utility that the Kalea provides, the healing, the lifts from Jusin, and then Hilda just doesn't die because there are so many bushes in the jungle. Alpha 7, I'm not sure if they kind of see the impending problem in front of them, but they have to find a way to stabilize it.
Yeah, especially Hanzo, not level 4, isn't too impactful, You can't really escape before level 4, and perhaps Team Falcons, they might want to be invasive, start the aggression early, and the Claude pick here, they're banking on the dive here. Just the Farsa being a hero that will stay in the back lines, and let's see Alpha 7 Esports, can they pull this composition off?
Yeah, for a while I thought Super Marco wanted to go for a fist bump, but apparently that was not a fist bump. He was just stretching his right arm, getting ready to hopefully get that clean sweep, start off with the win and lock in that playoffs after this concludes. But of course, A7, they did make some adjustments coming into this. What do you feel about the draft, Gani?
Like you mentioned, man, I expect Team Falcons with the Hilda, they really are going to get the ball rolling early and just start a big snowball from that and try to end the game fast. Let's see though, Land of Dawn.
Gonna hop into game number 1. Team Falcons, PH up against Alpha 7 Esports. Of course, you got FCAP in the blues on the blue side, A7 on red. Early clear with the Granger helping out Kaotizi is a very fast clear. Of course, compared to Hanzo, we just eats up the buff to gain that lead. But I do want to see if Falcons PH is going to do that early invade. Seems like it will not be the plan. Good move from Takashi to make sure that this mid side is under control, and even the pathing of Kingzilla is going to make its way towards the purple buff, completely dodging any sort of potential invade.
For now, it's all good in the jungles of Alpha 7 indeed. If you take a look at the talents and emblems though, it's nothing too crazy, I believe, right? PYT for the Kalea, Tenacity though for the Badang. So different approaches here coming from both roamers. But Dom, all that glue, just the firmness, just the tenacity, being that tanky role. Let's see, will it pay off?
You can see even Team Falcons really working together, get that leash on the purple buff to try and get Kaotizi, to keep up with Kingzilla. In fact, I feel like Kaotizi is slightly ahead in experience for now. Gold lane essentially in a stagnant state. Gusta Lagusta handling Super Marco pretty well. Dominic spots the gank. Not much threat just yet. Takashi will be able to get away with the dash. 2 A7, keeping up with Falcons.
Okay. And for now, it's a slow start. No first blood in the first 2 minutes. And 3 member rotating towards top there just to clear to get the advantage. Level 4 for Few, level 4 for Flap, right? Before the first shuttle.
Yeah, Flap is going to push Kingzilla away. Meanwhile, Takashi will be handling Few. Flap actually very out of position. Okun will jump in. The turtle started on by Kaotizi. First blood given over to Kingzilla as the Feather Airstrike comes up from Syndra. Okun tries to dodge all of it. Lethal Ignition will do the job. As Alpha 7 picks up 2 kills of their own. Turtle going over to Team Falcons as Kaotizi drops the beat, but doesn't have enough damage until the dashes come true. So at the end of the day, it's Falcons with 3 kills and a turtle.
Wow, it looked good earlier for Alpha 7, but then the recovery, and they want more.
Kaltizi being able to get a massive lead just like that. Seems like Alpha 7, they don't really have the most damage, right? All the bursts really came from the feather airstrike, and once that was used to kill off, I believe Ogwen, they don't really have much gas left in the tank to deal with Kyle TZ and Flap TZ, who is now on a killing spree as they take out Dominic.
Wow, Team Falcons here creating a statement early. Bottom side though.
Ogwen being able to get away with the tidal strike. Feather airstrike doesn't do enough damage. A7, they're making some proactive moves, but Falcons very well prepared to deal with it.
Yeah, good recovery again from Team Falcons. They just know when to really push the buttons and when to disengage. And for now, it is still Team Falcons here leading 1,000 gold. Alpha 7 Esports here looking for compensation out of that turtle fight, but couldn't really find the connection just yet. Perhaps now they might focus towards the bottom side here, 2v2.
Oh, it's a blazing duet used already by Gusta Lagusta.
Not even to
really
clear
getting nothing
waves.
much in return. Didn't really do much to the wave too, which is pretty weird.
Yeah, exactly. And okay, interesting there. That's info. Spells are up though for most teams. Oh,
Ogwen with the Tsunami Sand kidnaps Takashi, but Takashi will survive. Good backup with the feather airstrike. Unfortunately for Kingzilla, wasn't able to get much done still though. That's 2 ultimates out and a flicker from A7 expended. So this turtle fight is not going to be any easier with few around just hovering the lantern over the face, and Flap making sure that he's annoying the backline. No one can take down Flap. This should be an easy turtle for Falcons PH.
yeah, being a level up as well. Kyle TZ has an advantage. Dominic though, sandbagging.
He's getting pulled back way too many times. Has to commit a flicker as well. So Alpha 7, they are using resources just to keep themselves alive. All things considered, Team Falcons PH is not too far ahead, just under 2,000. Kingzilla still getting the farm that he needs, but Team Falcons now are going to try and amp up the pressure as they invade at the orange buff.
Falcons again here. Oh,
Just an attempt onto Fuse life. Not really going to be able to do it. Not enough damage just yet. This could be dangerous if they don't know where Flap and Kyle are at the orange buff side. So that buff is pretty much going to be taken over by Kyle TZ. Kingzilla will be 2 levels behind.
a little too premature there, using the ult from Kingzilla, which allowed Kyle TZ to just, you use your ult, let me invade your jungle, get your own orange, and yeah, all said and done now. It's going to be top lane here. Kyle TZ, 2v1 situation just to clear, but he knows that Kingzilla is hovering around the corner. He backs away.
The Sky Piercer picked up by few, I think. So even Dominic and Takashi, they might have a lot of HP pool, but the Sky Piercer will go right through it. Awkward facilitating Super Marco in this gold lane, which surprisingly, Super Marco does have that level lead, a full level over Gusta Lagusta, but still, this gold lane hasn't been too eventful.
Not yet. 2,000 gold lead. It seems like Team Falcons, though, they're playing it in the discipline route, right? If they don't have to fight, why fight? If there's a big opening, then they fight. In Alpha 7 Esports, they're struggling to find the right angles, trying to find the right connections here. All they can do here is just farm, perhaps give the gold to Gusta Lagusta, so he gets the power spike early with the 3 items. Last turtle, though, it's still in favor of Falcons.
And Oakland is going to attempt a kidnap, and they will find Takashi, who again flickers away to try and get to safety. Dominic as a sandbag, Takashi turns around with the ult, but still Flap TZ sticks onto him. It'll be 1-for-1 trade so far. Feather airstrike used by Syndra for Flap TZ, stuck on 2 kills for A7. A shutdown going over to Dominic. Turtle will be secured by Team Falcons though.
Beggars can be choosers. They take 2 and they back away. Oh, is this the greedy move by Dom?
might just go down. He's gonna go for the pass to get away. Thankfully, mid-size, Syndra will also escape from Ogwen. And earlier on, the Sky Piercer was actually on Super Marco, not Few. Few did get a glowing one, which will benefit her in the long run. Syndra gets jumped on, but Kao just hops over the wall, and Kao TZ gets a free kill. But maybe Kingzilla will get him back. Kao TZ knows just that. Good stun at the end. The stagger keeping Kao TZ in place, and Kingzilla wants the kill, but Ogwen keeps him alive. Master Ogwen once more gets the job done. Kingzilla now stuck. Dash over the wall. Flap TG shows up, and in the end, it's Ogwen who goes down to Gusta La Gusta. A7 responding in kind.
So selfless by Ogwen. He saw that his jungler is in trouble, and Kyle TZ moves jump on towards Kingzilla.
Wouldn't have expected Kao TZ to still be around after being chunked down to so low. But Team Falcons now have found that breaking point of A7, taking away the purple buff and mid tier 1.
Oh, that's not a good sign here for Alpha 7. Team Falcons, again, with the calculations there. Kyle TZ playing out of his mind right now, 303, you know, and Super Marco now takes the Rome boot, so he wants the gold to himself. Got the Malefic done, and let's see here, Alpha 7 Esports, what, 3 minutes ago, it was just 2K, and now they doubled it. Team Falcons on a roll.
A second item Holy Crystal for Kyle. That's how confident he feels. The seal used by Ogwen, that will be spotted out by Dom. At least it will be safe. Golden Staff for Kingzilla, still ramping up his farm. Despite being slowed down just a little bit, once that game goes there, Kingzilla will be a massive threat to Team Falcon's backline, which so far they have been dealing with pretty well.
All right, the First Lord is up, and Team Falcons, they're not in a hurry. They know that they have control. They want to make sure the far lane is in control as well. And they will start the Lord here, minute number 9. Alpha 7 Esports, what can they do? I think they need to let this Lord go. Perhaps Kingzilla, though, might find a cheeky steal with the
3 levels behind. 3 levels behind Kyle. It's not going to be an easy feat. Yeah, no chance at all. Good coverage from Team Falcons. So that will be the First Lord for the blue team. The invade continues as always, but Alpha 7, at least Kingzilla able to gobble up his own buff and secure that for himself, but they will have to play defense for now.
Yeah, at least Gusta La Gusta finds a little compensation as well. Top lane turret, right? That's one farm and as well as a turret. So now, yeah, the Brazilian team needs to defend this. They got an okay high ground with the Farsa, with the Blazing Duet in hand as well. So this is the First Lord. I'm sure they will defend all 3 base turrets. Perhaps all the tier 2 though will go out. Team Falcon playing it right.
Kingzilla wants the buff, will get it for himself. Again, just getting whatever scraps that he can. Team Falcons did sync up all the way with Lord coming down mid lane. But like you say, Goni, as long as they keep all that inhibitors alive and hopefully the shields, it would be good. Tsunami Slam in the mid side, getting Dominic, who goes into the split instantly. They want to stagger him, bring him back once more with the lift, but Dominic durable enough to escape certain death. Kingzilla from the back, looks for the back line. Few is the target. Ogwen once more protects his teammates, and at the end of the day, Alpha 7 takes care of the Lord mid side. They did have to sacrifice the holy defense, but all things considered, things are looking pretty well. Secondary wave coming in. Kingzilla jumps on the field. Ogwen cannot reach him in time. Field's gonna get chumped on. Kao TZ looks for the back line. Field will get away with the Crimson Beacon. Both teams lose no one.
Wow. An attempt there from Team Falcons, right? Trying to poke, trying to perhaps create an opportunity. But Alpha 7 Esports still not out of position just yet. They concealed though.
I want to look for some sort of avenue, but Flat TZ is not the target they want to look for. In fact, Dominic will be kidnapped again, and now they respond with the feather airstrike. Dominic splits to try to get away, lifted back for a second time, and they lost Kingzilla, who got spotted out by Super Marco off screen. And without the Hanzo, this is also going to be a dead Dominic, and it's a matter of time before he gets executed. Kao TZ picks up that kill, 2 dead for A7.
Wow, the gamble did not pay off for Alpha 7 Esports with that conceal. They lost 2, and an important one as well. Kingzilla is out of the board. Team Falcon, 7,000 gold lead now. They want that mid.
Takashi is going to get run down. One more snipe from Super Marco will do the job. Both blazing duet and feather airstrike committed. Getting nothing much in return. Alpha 7 wants to defend this bottom turret. They will try and do so. Unfortunately for Kingzilla, he's going to lose that ultimate instantly. Kautizi will get away as the turret gets taken care of. Team Falcons really juggling the fight so dang well.
Wow, and they got the bottom side turret and the Lord spawns top. So that's already an objective win for Team Falcons there as they prepare to take on the next Lord. Alpha 7 Esports now, they need to turtle their base in their base just to have a chance, right? And time's ticking. Sea Halberd in hand as well for Super Marco. So again, it's going to be tougher now for, let's say, Dominic, for Takashi to find an opening with that Sea Halberd in hand, because Super Marco can just shred them down.
Kingzilla again. Oh, he's in such a rough spot. Kautizi was waiting at his body. He needs help right now.
Oh, no.
But still, Kautizi finds the kill. As the Lord spawns bottom, Kingzilla has 30 seconds to wait for.
Oh, you can't be out of position when you're 9,000 behind earlier. And seems like Kingzilla, he is definitely out of position right there. Kautizi sniffed that one out and just exploit that mistake.
Now with 10k goalie, Tsunami Snap, a kidnap onto Takashi, and Takashi just explodes. Kautizi jumps on the Syndra, cancels the feather airstrike as Dominic tries to hold the line. Gusta Lagusta also tries, gets a one shot of a cow as he jumps on him and just gives him the pick a 10,000 vote. Team Falcons PH takes game 1 under 14 minutes.
Oh no! What an early game, what an early start here for the side of Team Falcons. They got the point